here's our Korting Delmonico stereo that we've had in my family probably over 55 years, I would say. I've always had it with me. I'm 57 years old. I don't know not having it with me. We had it in our houses our whole lives, and now I've inherited it, brought it to my home. I've had it here for 20 years, and you know, it's lived through a house fire, and it kind of works. It has a turntable up at the top section that opens up. The cabinet up top opens, and it has a turntable. But the AM doesn't work. The shortwave works, and the FM works. I've opened it up and cleaned it, and cleaned the tubes, and dusted everything out inside and the back, and I just can't seem to get AM to work. By no means am I a radio guy or know anything about it. I don't dabble in that stuff, so I'm kind of a little nervous getting my hands too far in there and kind of screwing things up too much. But just enough to clean things out and take a look. I didn't see anything burned, or made a point to look to see if I saw any capacitors that were burned or affected in any way, but nothing that I could see. I've plugged it in. I usually don't leave it plugged in. I just don't think it's safe to leave it plugged in here at the house, but every once in a while I'll plug it in and turn it on. So let's see what happens. You can see the keyboard, and all the AM, FM at the bottom, shortwave, band spread. I really don't understand what that means, but anyway, let me turn FM on. This is old school, so it takes a little bit for it to warm up. Let me close this blind back here. It has the tuning indicator light up here. And it's kind of funny, sometimes it kicks right on. I've noticed that if I turn it off, then go to turn it back on at times, and then we can if my sons are back there talking about their video games. Go to shortwave. Yeah, it's kind of weird. You kind of get, sometimes you kind of get, see which one does the shortwave. This control. So you can see the needle moves across there. I don't have an antenna hooked up, an external antenna or anything to it, so it's just basically the radio just sitting here. Oops, this one. Yeah, you know, I don't. Here, I think we're going to get something on FM here.
I just want to stay sane and positive with all that's going on. So thank you so much for taking the radio station with you and keeping it all.
You can see the, again, no antenna, so it has a stereo button here, and when I do that, it does kind of switch the sound a little bit. I turn it off, sometimes get a little bit better. See, this all runs off of strings.
You're a little fuzzy on that too. Yeah, it's COVID-19, or more precisely, COVID time. You know, the way the days blur together since this whole thing started.
Going out here to like the far ends of the scale here. I think that this would work a lot better if I had an antenna hooked up to it, but I just don't. This guy here, this outside ring, or yeah, the outside one, very hard, but that just kind of super hard. Controls my left, controls my right. This guy's my volume.
Metro covered the switching fees and gave me and
these guys are the bass.
$25 a line for 4 lines. Plus, we scored 4 free Galaxy phones from Metro just for switching.
Treble.
We can all get in the holiday spirit, streaming our favorite tunes and ringing the new year over video chat with family and friends. You work hard.
Let me turn it down. I'm going to jump back over to shortwave. It just might be that the whole thing needed to warm up a whole lot more. Now I'm in Southern California. Don't know if I'm going to, and again, no antenna, so I don't know if I'm going to pick up anything. I have before. You hear some static here. Usually that's an indicator, at least to me, that something's going to come in. not much of anything on this short wave. I can switch to AM and definitely don't get anything here. Not even a bleep of sound. You can tell that my backlights, I was able to change the light bulbs in there, and in the back here there's like what looked like a paper that kind of blocked, you know, that kind of acted like a screen. The paper that was there was absolutely brittle, and it just kind of hangs there. And what I did is I found some wax paper, I guess, for cooking, and like a cookie sheet paper, and I was able to match it up, make it the same size as what was on there, and I was able to put it in, and it seems to do the job. It just looks nice and clean and fresh back there. Go back to the FM.
When you're looking for fresh quality meats, you can't go wrong with Steger Brothers Markets.
That's right.
And I don't know if the fact that the sound is kind of like blup, blup, blup and kind of funky, I don't know if it's because of not having an antenna. So maybe that's what it is. Again, it's I'm gonna say this thing has got to be from like the 50s. You know, we used to have this thing. We've had this thing ever since I can remember, like I mentioned, and you know, my parents used to use it to listen to shortwave so they could listen to things going on in Cuba from Glendale, California. So anyway, there's just a little video about my Korting. If you guys have any ideas or suggestions of what I could do to get this thing to work better, if you think it's the antenna that's kind of making the sound kind of goofy, you know, whatever you guys think, please, you know, let me know. I appreciate it. Thank you.